Hi, Sherry. Hi, Daniel. Wow, so many of you. Okay, cool. So I wanted to jump on live. I've been actually wanting to do this for a little while now, and it was just because I've been so busy trying to get settled in. Hi, everybody from Los Angeles, from Vancouver, Minnesota. Brazil. Okay, cool. The reason, so a lot of people have actually been messaging me on Instagram and on my Facebook asking me, where are you right now? Because it doesn't look like snowy Canada in your photos. And the truth is, I'm not in Canada, as you can probably tell. There's a palm tree behind me. Here, let me show you. And the reason for that is because I'm actually here in Hawaii. I have gone through enough Canadian winters and enough cold and snow and dark, long winters that I realized, my husband and we realized that, you know what, we have the opportunity to be able to work elsewhere. So we decided to go to Hawaii for the winter months. And it's lovely. It's beautiful. Right now, it's actually raining outside. So I actually wanted to do this live stream outside, but because the weather can be a bit finicky, it does rain in Hawaii. It's not always sunny, at least where we're staying. So anyways, that's where we're at, and that's where I'm going to be for the next few months. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything for you guys. I just thought that I wanted to share that with you, since you may have been wondering where I've been at. I'm going to be back in Canada in a couple of months. So, okay. So I wanted to do something called a Motivational Monday. And the reason for that is because, I find that I talk a lot on my YouTube videos about sharing advice for job search, for career, specific tips and strategies that you can do that would hopefully help you guys with your jobs, with your job search and getting the career that you want. But I find that, even if you implement the right steps, if you're missing the right mindset and you're missing that the right perceptions and the right beliefs within yourself, if you're not holding the right energy for yourself, you can do all the things and still not get the results that you want, or get just mediocre results, and I know that you guys are all ambitious professionals. You guys are here to learn about how you can get the career that is going to make you excited, make you fulfilled. And the reason why I talk about career so much is because for me personally, career has always been a huge aspect to my life. Career is what sets the tone for how I feel about myself. I mean, it's not like I fully identify with the work that I do, but it plays a big part in how I live my life. I want to be able to work every day in a way where I feel excited, where I can share my guidance and advice and strategies, because my mission is to guide you to a career and life that you'll truly enjoy, so that you can live a life that you truly enjoy and that you can do work that you'll truly enjoy. And I honestly believe that we're all here with a mission, with a purpose. And, through the work that we do, whatever job it is that we end up getting and whatever path we end up going on, it's one where we're feeling the happiest. And if you're not happy at work, you're probably not happy in other areas of your life. I know this from firsthand experience. Tell me if you agree with me, that if you're not happy with the work that you're doing, or the job that you have, or the company that you're with, or the industry that you're in, whatever it is, then that really does seep into the rest of your life. And it can cause you to feel, and you just don't know why, you just have this underlying unhappiness within you. So if you agree with me, then you're in the right place, because I want to help you in that aspect. I want to help you from a mindset perspective and an emotional, sort of spiritual perspective, to get you kind of on the right track, so that when you do the things, when you follow the steps that I have to share, whether it's through my free videos or through my program, my top-notch resume program, or my coaching program, you're going to be able to do it well. Okay. And so you guys, I love it that you guys sent me so many questions. I got a whole bunch through email. I got a bunch on comments and things, but mostly through email. And so I've picked a few that I'm going to address. And before I get into that, though, I really do want to say that there are many people, and many of you may be doing this at a subconscious level and you don't even recognize it, but there are many people and professionals, you may be saying to yourself these limiting beliefs. I know you hear about limiting beliefs, that buzzword all the time. But really they're beliefs that you hold on to, that you've ingrained, that you possess, that you carry with you everywhere you go, onto the next job, onto the next company. You carry that with you, and it actually guides your decisions. It guides the actions that you take, and it guides the course of your life, these beliefs. And that's why it's so vital to do an examination on what are my beliefs when it comes to me, when it comes to the work that I'm doing, when it comes to where I see myself and who I am and the purpose that I'm here for. What are the beliefs that I hold about myself? Some people say, I can't get a job because nobody will hire me because I'm X, because of XYZ, because I don't have enough experience, or because I have too much experience, or because there's just too much competition out there. You probably you could be saying these things to yourself. I'm unhappy, but I can't leave my job because there's nowhere else that I can go. Is that really true? If you could get to the job that you're at now, do you really believe that you can't get to another company, a better job, a better position? Do you really think that you can't get there, that this is the one and only company or job that you're confined to? I mean, you have to really examine yourself. Why are you saying these things? I'm stressed and frustrated because I've been trying and it's not working. Okay, so you've been trying for a few months. You've been sending job applications for a few months and you haven't been getting responses back. Does that mean that it means you're not meant to find a job? Does that mean that you're not meant to do work that makes you more fulfilled, that's more challenging? Does that mean that there's nothing out there for you? No, of course not, unless you tell yourself that and unless you believe it. So these are things that you're believing. Trust me, they transpire into reality. Oh, it's not working for me. Yeah, it's not going to work for you if you keep saying that, right? Okay, so tell me if you guys are on the same page with me right now as I'm talking about this. I know I don't want to get into a whole blabbing session, but really, this is I'm here to motivate and inspire, and I really want to make sure that I'm speaking to you in a way that, you really resonate. So if you resonate, let me know. Selene says yes. Candace, is this being recorded? Absolutely. This is being recorded. It'll be on my channel right after this is done. Tina says yes. Okay. Abigail says definitely. Gaushing says yes, sister. Yes. Okay, cool. By the way, if you guys aren't able to chat, meaning like you aren't able to comment, it's probably because you don't have a YouTube account. And you can create your own, username. It doesn't have to be your real name. You can create an account very simply, and then you'll be able to comment in the chat box. I know some people had trouble with that a while back when I had to do this, when I did something similar to this on YouTube. All right. So you know what? When you tell yourself these things, like there's too much competition out there, I don't stand a chance. Employers are biased because they never pick me. They're biased towards a certain type of person. These are all perceptions that you've chosen to identify and hold on to as beliefs. And you end up falling into a trap. When you believe certain things, that things just don't work out your way, you're not going to get what you want. There's just so many obstacles, there's so many challenges. You create them. So by you acknowledging and saying these things and identifying with these things, these beliefs, you create that reality for yourself, and it becomes a trap. It becomes a hole that you fall into, and it's hard to get out of that hole because it's like you fall into this deep dark hole where you've built this wall around you of beliefs that you can't seem to climb out of because you just justify one after the other after the other. And when you do that, you end up suffering with this sense of self-doubt, and that can stop you from living this truly comfortable, authentic life where you move forward with your goals, where you can just do it with clarity without that self-doubt. And so now what we want to do today, at least hopefully I can inspire you a little bit today through answering your questions, which I'll get to. I know some people are asking about questions, is all about rewriting your story, rewriting these beliefs that you've held on to for however long, so many years, and rewriting them so that energetically you can clear yourself. You can clear yourself of these thoughts, of these feelings. It's really feelings that just keep repeating themselves within you, and these stories that you keep telling yourself. So we want to clear all of that out so that you can build new, more positive beliefs that's going to get you on the right track. Okay, so today we're going to get aware. Let's get self-aware, and it's all about digging deep. And, I just have by the way, if you see me scrolling, it's just I have my iPad and I have questions that you guys have asked me. So I'm going to get into this. All right. Don't worry, I'll get to some of your questions as well. Just feel free to message them in here if you guys have questions. We're going to clear our minds, clear our hearts, and get closer to our true voices today. Okay. Oh, one thing I also wanted to say, energy. So someone mentioned and confirmed and validated what I was saying about energy. Energy plus presence, so you being fully present, plus strategy. This is my own formula. Energy plus presence plus strategy is the perfect recipe to achieving your goals. Your goals, your heart-filled goals, not just my mind says I need to make this certain amount of money, or I need to get this job title, but it's your life goals, whatever that is, however that looks. Energy plus presence plus strategy. So we'll talk about that. Okay. These questions that you guys asked me, by the way, I picked strategically because I really wanted to show you how within the question itself, you can already identify the underlying beliefs that this person may be holding on to, and how we can reverse that so that they can get the job that they want. They can get the career that they're going after. So one of the questions I got asked was from someone named Melinda. And she said, so hopefully Melinda's here. Hi, Melinda. She says, I need motivation as I've had 4 interviews in the last 3 months, but no job offers. The problem is not that I'm not getting interviews, and even though my resume isn't perfect. So she said that. I'm not getting interviews. It's not that I'm not getting interviews, even though my resume isn't perfect. The problem is that I'm not succeeding in the phone and face-to-face actual interviews. We'll love to hear your advice. I love this question because I get it all the time. I get so many people who come to me and say, I don't need anything other than just how do I improve my interview skills? And before I get into the actual answer, let's first assess Melinda's beliefs, okay? She says, even though my resume isn't perfect, so she acknowledges that her resume isn't perfect or isn't super high quality as it could be. She's saying my resume, if you really break it down, she's actually saying my resume is just good enough to get the interviews. So that means I don't really need to do anything to my resume. I just need to make sure I do well in the interviews. So here's the truth, at least what I believe, because I've been doing this for quite a while now. If your resume is only just good enough to get you the interview, that's exactly what you'll get. You'll get the interview. But if your resume is good enough to get you the job offer, that's the direction that resume will lead you in to getting the job offer. It's not that the resume and the interview are separate. The resume, the job search strategy that you do, the tactics that you implement, and the interview skills that you have need to all be consistent. They need to be all at a high quality. The messaging in each aspect of your job search, your resume, your job search strategy, your interview need to all be consistent. If your resume is here, your interview skills are here, think what's going to happen. You were only just okay to the employer to begin with, and then you go into the interview and you struggle even more because you didn't even know how to sell yourself in the resume. You weren't selling yourself in the most attractive, compelling way in the resume. So of course, in the interview, you're going to struggle. People don't realize this, that employers, when they see your resume, the first thing that they're looking for is this person, they're asking themselves, could this person be the person? Could they be the one? And if they see an amazing, compelling resume, they're going to think this person could be the one. And that gives you an advantage going into the interview. And because you would have done such a great job on your resume, selling yourself the right way, it's going to be much easier once you're in the interview to just simply tell the stories that you would have already developed having done your resume. Does that make sense? Tell me if that makes sense, guys. Because this is a concept that I think a lot of people, they just assume resume is separate, interview is separate. They're separate things. They're not. If you think of yourself, you are your own business. You're your own brand. You're like a product. You're like an Apple iPhone. Here we go. Apple iPhone. Apple iPhone. Okay, let's talk about Apple. Let's talk about their iPhones. Okay, this is the new 10S or whatever. I just got it a few weeks ago. I saw the commercial for this phone, and I was looking for a camera with better, I was looking for a better camera from my phone. And I decided that I would go, check out a few different options as to, okay, which phone do I want next? But then one day on the TV, I saw the commercial for this iPhone. I think you guys might have seen it. If you have, let me know if you've seen it. But it's amazing, the commercial, because it was exactly what I was looking for. They spoke to me in the sense that they told me the camera is sharper. You can blur the backgrounds. And, for me, posting pictures on Instagram, that's really important. I need nice photos. And so I was like, oh my God, the commercial is speaking directly to me. It's telling me that this is the phone for me because it knows how to sell. They know how to sell themselves to me. They know how to sell their features to me through just the 30-second commercial. And so I was pretty much sold, having just seen the commercial. I turned to my husband and I said, I'm getting that phone. Then we go into the store. Of course, you don't just say, I'm getting that phone and that's it. For a lot of us, we want to feel it. We want to see it in person. And this is no different with an interviewer and an interviewee, with a job candidate. The resume is the commercial. Either you're kind of sold or you're not. And I was pretty much sold by watching the commercial. And then I go into the store and I picked up one of these. I played around with it. And all it did in the interview was not the interview, in the store, I'm getting it confused. But in the store, I was feeling like, okay, this has already confirmed what I believed about this product. And I am going to buy it. And so I did. I think that's an easy example to understand. Your resume is like the commercial. And when they meet with you in person, it's for the employer to confirm that you're the right person for them. So if there's a mismatch in your messaging, in your resume, and in your interview, and there's no consistency there, that's where people flop. So people don't realize that if you are struggling in interviews, you have to start from the beginning. You need to start from, hold on, how am I selling myself on the resume? Do I even know how to sell myself on paper? Because that's going to determine if I can sell myself in the interview. Young Professional says, great analogy. Thank you. Okay. So now I wanted to say to Melinda, so that was the thought process there. So I wanted to say, my advice here for you is that you need to go back to the basics. You've been getting interviews, which is amazing. So that means your resume is good enough, but is it all the way there? So you need to get yourself all the way there, girl, because if you want to get to the end stage and get that offer in hand, you need to do just a little bit more. It just takes that little bit more. It takes that strategy. And then, once you work on that, which is refining your resume, refining how you're selling yourself, refining what your achievements are, what you're capable of, your value, all of those things, then I think you'll be able to do a lot better in your interviews. Okay, so that is my recommendation. And actually, one of my assistant actually just posted a link. So I want to offer something special to you guys, since you guys decided to show up for this Motivational Monday. For those of you who haven't enrolled in my Top Notch Resume program, I'm just going to put it out there quickly. For the next 48 hours, I decided I wanted to do something for those of you who haven't. And what I'm offering is a coupon code of $100 off my Top Notch Resume program. So instead of $397, it's $297. And the coupon code is job offer in all caps. So if you guys go to lindaraynor.com/topnotchresume and you enter the coupon code for that says job offer, coupon code job offer, you'll get $100 off. And Melinda, I highly recommend that you get your butt into Top Notch Resume, because that's going to help you. I think it's definitely going to help you with knowing how to frame and message and sell yourself, not only just on the resume. I mean, that's the key, but then it'll help you to know what to do in the interview as well. Okay. And I've had lots of people have success, get successful jobs from taking my Top Notch Resume program. So I'm just offering that to you guys again within the next 48 hours. If you guys want it, it's available to you. I'm going to be not allowing for that coupon code after that. Okay. So that is Melinda's question. Hopefully that was helpful to you. So now next question, I already have questions, guys. So I know you guys have questions, so that's good. I'm going to look at them, but I'm going to answer these questions because like I said, I strategically picked them. So Tracy over on LinkedIn, she messaged this over on one of my LinkedIn posts and she said, I'm over 50 and still cannot find a job after almost a year of searching. I feel that might be because I'm meant to do something else. So I need help finding that purpose, that passion. Any suggestions? Okay. Now, I think that this question, Tracy, first of all, thank you for asking your question. I think this question is helpful to anyone at any age, or sorry, not helpful. It's helpful, but I mean, like, it's applicable to anyone at any age. You could be 20 and not know what your purpose or passion is. You could be over 60 and still not really know. And the truth here, what I believe, well, actually, before what I believe, let's assess the underlying belief that Tracy might be holding on to. If you can tell me what you think Tracy's holding on to in terms of an underlying belief, please let me know in the comments and let's see if you're right. So I'm just going to go out and tell you, but I think that the underlying belief that a lot of people have when it comes to figuring out the purpose in their career and their passion is that they believe that it's somewhere outside of themselves. My passion is somewhere outside of me. I need to go find it. It's hiding under a carpet somewhere. It's hiding in someone's computer, or it's hiding in, I don't know, it's hiding in some sort of company. I need to go find it. There's a job out there that I need to go find. It's not really about that. The truth and what I believe is that your purpose or your passion or whatever you want to call it, your calling, it comes from you first. You're looking outside of yourself for this magical job, but really you have to start with you. What is it that you, within the depths of your heart, your soul, what is it that you feel you're meant to do? Asking other people, what should I do? It's like asking someone for directions who's never been to that place. Do you know how to get to that one mountain? I've never been there, but I think it's around this way. Like you're asking in the wrong places. Not to say that if you're asking me, you're asking the wrong place. I can guide you, but I can't tell you that answer. Okay. It's just completely something that you have to work on internally. And so there's two potential scenarios that might be going on with Tracy. So first of all, the first scenario is that she might actually be looking for the right job. You might actually be looking for the right type of job and you just haven't landed it in the last year or so, not because it's not the right job for you, but maybe your strategy, your approach, how consistent you are, that's maybe out of line. Okay, so when I talked earlier about resume, job search strategy, and interview strategy, maybe those are the things that you need to improve on from a technical perspective. And that will then lead you to that right job. So maybe it's not the job at all. Maybe it's just how you're going about it. Now, the second potential scenario is that you're right. Maybe that you've been going after the wrong job this whole past year. And if you've been going over the past, been going and looking for these jobs and it's just not the right path for you and you're feeling like you're meant to do something different, then what does that mean? What do we do here if that's the case, if you're not looking for the right type of job? Well, I can tell you that probably what's been going on over the last year with you, Tracy, is that you've been consuming your time and energy with the thoughts of, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I'm passionate about. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know. And what ends up happening is when you keep saying those things to yourself, I don't know, you're consuming yourself with that. And instead of clearing that out of you and saying, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to look within myself. I'm going to ask myself the hard, deep questions of who am I? What do I want? What does my heart call for? Will you be able to find that job? So, things like I'm not good enough. There's nothing that I can do. You need to clean those out. So one of the people that I follow, she talks about this concept about cleaning out the garbage. We carry a lot of garbage with us internally, energetically, garbage thoughts, garbage beliefs. And you know they're garbage because they make you feel like garbage. They make you feel bad. So when you're spending all your time consuming garbage and recycling that garbage within you, what ends up happening is externally you don't have the results that you want. You don't get the life that you're going after. So it's all about clearing out that garbage, and that's something that you need to do at a personal level. Clear out the garbage, and I'm not saying your garbage, I'm saying the garbage energy, okay? Clear that out. We all have them in us. There's no one really in the world who walks around and is completely garbage free, but it's always a process. That's why we're here. That's why we're living life. So clear out those negative beliefs, really dig deep. And then when you're clear and you can get yourself to a balanced, connected state, are you able to answer those questions of, what do I want to do? What sounds exciting to me? And I'll give you a clue. Start with what you're good at. Don't start with, what am I passionate about? You can be passionate about a lot of things. I'm passionate about eating, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to find a job where all I do is eat. I like eating good food, but that's passion versus what am I good at? Those are separate things. You could be passionate about something and not good at it at all, and you can work hard at it and still not be great at it. But if you have natural inherent talents and gifts, those are the things that you should be relying on. Those are indicators, those are clues to show you, hey, you're really good at this. So I'll give myself as an example. I'm really good at, I've always known this about myself, really good at communicating with others and really guiding others to understanding themselves a little bit better and achieving the goals that they want. I've always known that was a strength of mine. I've had to learn about that and reveal that to myself over years of, internal garbage cleaning as well. But I've gotten to that point where I know that that's a strength. And so I use that as part of the work that I do. And I've created an entire career out of that. And you can do that too. We all have our unique gifts and talents and strengths, and it's all about being open and aware to them and not disregarding them, because honestly, those are your clues. Those are the things that you're going to leverage most once you do the work that you're meant to do. It all pieces together. Okay, so Tracy, I hope that helped you. How are you guys doing? So Carrie says overthinking hurts. Yeah, it's not about overthinking. It's about feeling, and it's about being aware, and it's actually about letting those painful feelings that do stir up within us out. It's about releasing, because only when we clear ourselves emotionally, mentally, can we really do the work, can we give space to the work that we should be doing, that we're meant to do. Carrie says, you can be a mukbang star if that's your passion. Yeah. Mary Glenn says, this really helps a lot. Awesome. So how are you guys feeling? Let me know if this is, guiding you hopefully in the right direction and you guys are feeling good so far. If you've been struggling with all of these kinds of thoughts, I just want you to know you can get out of that. You can get out of this state. You just have to decide. You have to choose. And I get so many people that come to me that say, I want to do better. I want a better career. I know that there's something there, but then when push comes to shove, they won't do it because part of themselves believes that it's not possible. There's limiting beliefs within themselves that tell them it's not possible. And, if you can't get over yourself, how can anyone get through to you? You need to be aware. You need to be willing to be brave, to have courage, and to step into who you really are and move your life forward, move your career forward, move everything forward. And then you can be in Hawaii for a few months of the year. No, I'm just joking. You can be wherever you want to be. All right. Next question. Krisha asks, actually, did I want to... hold on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Two more questions. So Krisha says, I hope you can dive into a situation wherein it's a family relative that's dragging you down in your personal and career growth and how you should deal with it. All right. So sorry, I'm reading your comments and I'm reading the question at the same time and I'm thinking. Okay. So if there is a family member or a friend, someone you know who's close to you that keeps dragging you down personally and professionally, maybe a coworker even. You know, a lot of drama happens at work and you feel like my career is stalling because I'm just dealing with so much crap every day because I'm being dragged down by other people, whatever. So, how should you deal with it? Well, first of all, you have to remember one thing, and that is that you are the most important person in your life. Your career belongs to you. So, because you're the most important person in your life, anything that belongs to you is also important. And you should acknowledge that it's yours and it's no one else's. So, your career, the way you live your life, the choices that you make, they are yours, not anyone else's. So, anyone who imposes their opinions, their beliefs, their thoughts that are not helping and supporting what you genuinely feel for yourself, feel is right for you, you have to recognize that. You can't play into their story because guess what? They have stories too. They have garbage energy in them too. I mean, that's the truth. Everybody does. And you have to be able to be aware of what's coming at me. You know, is it loving guidance and advice and to helping me to be more secure and all of that, or is it fear-based, negative bursts that are just directed towards me that is not helping me at all? You have to be aware. That's the biggest, awareness is the hugest thing in life, because if you're not aware and you're just living, I'm just going to work my job, and yeah, people will crap on me every day, but whatever, I'm just going to let it go, but not really let it go. I'm actually feeling really hurt and I'm just not going to say anything. And I'm just going to let my confidence keep going down, down, down. That's not the life that you want to live. That. So career is a major aspect to our lives, and because it belongs to us and we're the ones that do the work, we're the ones that have to make the money and do the work for ourselves and figure out the purpose that we're meant to do and all of that. If people are not helping you in that, then you need to set boundaries for yourself. You need to recognize that there is there's their thoughts and then there's you. And you need to energetically set those boundaries. So even for myself, nobody really understood what I was doing when I first started putting my videos out on YouTube. Can you imagine? Like my family, they were like, why are you putting out these weird videos, talking about whatever, so it wasn't even interviews at that point. I was just talking about career and what I felt, and they didn't understand it. And a lot of people didn't, I'm sure. And some people didn't say anything to me, and that's fine. And some people did. And, the truth is, I had done enough work at that point where I knew that this is what I want to do. And I know it's going to get me somewhere. And I know it's going to help people. And, the people that it's not helping, or the people that don't believe in what I'm saying, they don't need to be part of it. And it's not that I shoved people away. I just I energetically did not allow that to impact me. And so for Krisha, for you, I think the same thing needs to happen. Especially, it's hard when it's, close family and someone who's probably very vocal, but you need to be willing to speak up and say, this is the choice that I've made. This is what I know I'm meant to do. And this is what I'm going to do. Now, the other part of this is if the person is telling you things and you yourself believe it because you yourself aren't sure, you're also uncertain in yourself and you're also lacking clarity in what you want, and you're just going about this one job. Let's say you want to be an accountant. I know a lot of people who follow me are also accountants because I was an accountant and all that stuff. Let's say you want to be an accountant because everyone has always told you that's a good, stable career. And you decide to do that, and that's the only reason why you're doing it is because other people are telling you. Let's say that that's the reason why you chose this career path, and someone else is telling you, are you really sure about that? Like, it seems like you're really good at this. you need to be able to listen and hear what people are saying. You need to be able to decipher and discern between someone who's giving you their genuine advice and support versus someone who's just who's out there to just criticize you. And if you're not aware, you're going to end up thinking it's all criticism and you're going to feel defensive, and they might actually be helping you, but you're not realizing that. So it's all about awareness at the end of the day. It all comes down to you and how you're living your life internally, mindset, emotionally. Okay. Hope that helps you, Krisha. All right. So let's see. Okay. So I have one more to go. And then after this, I'm going to take a look at your questions. So how are you guys feeling? Lillian says, wow, you're absolutely right. Thank you. I'm glad you feel that way. But if you guys have comments or anything to say, please share. This is exactly what I needed to hear. Excellent. Okay. Javier says, you couldn't explain it in a better way. I'm glad. Okay. So Sherry, she asks, okay, so Sherry is someone else who asked a question. She said, would love to get your ideas on reinvention after many years in one industry. Okay, so this is more of a technical kind of thing. I had a client, you guys might have seen her video, her testimonial video. Her name's Jocelyn. This was from a while back. She was someone who switched careers completely through working with me. She was once an engineer. She was doing well in her job. There was nothing wrong. Engineer, operations engineer, something like that. And she told me that she really wanted to get into finance. So completely, I would say that's very stark different career path. And she was well into her engineering career. Like she was fairly high up, but she wanted to switch and go into finance. And we went through my program, Stand Out, Get Hired. And in the end, she ended up getting that finance position. So it is very possible for anyone who wants to make a career switch, whether it's the position or the industry, to be able to do it. But if you've had many years in one industry and one sort of career path, one trajectory, it takes a little bit more than just applying for a job, just sending off whatever you have that you've accumulated over the years in terms of experience and sending it to a company to say, hey, I'd like to apply for this completely different job, this completely different company. There's strategy that goes behind this. Remember what I said before, energy plus presence plus strategy is the formula to getting and achieving your goals. So in this case, it's all about the strategy. And so my question to you, Sherry, is what is your strategy? What is your strategy right now in terms of getting into a different industry? Now, the clue here that I'm trying to get you to think about is what is relevant between what you have, the experiences that you have, the skill sets that you carry, the qualifications that you possess. What are the most relevant ones that align to the new industry that you want to get into, the job that you want to get into, the position? The key word is relevance. What do you have that's relevant? And I get a lot of people that come to me that aren't experienced professionals that have just graduated, and they tell me, I have no experience. So how can I possibly get a job? I need to have a job to get a job, it seems like. And you also, the key word, I'm just going to put it up right in front of you and say relevance. What do you have that's relevant in terms of knowledge that you've learned from your education? You just spent 4 years in school studying something. You must have relevant knowledge to the job that you're applying to. And if you don't, it's time to get some relevant knowledge. I mean, that's really it. If there's no relevance whatsoever, you have to, if there's no relevance whatsoever, then it's going to be a little bit tougher. But even still, first start off with relevance, then, work through the tactics. And I'll be honest, I don't have enough time to go through all my tactics and strategies. And the truth is, if you want those tactics and strategies, you're going to have to either watch my webinar, my resume mastery workshop, which if you follow any of my videos or watch any of my videos, you'll see the link for my free resume mastery workshop. You'll learn tactics and tips in there. And otherwise, the best way enroll in Top Notch Resume, enroll in my program. And I stand by what I've put out with that program, because so many people have received their dream job offers from following my steps. So if that's something that you want, then I highly recommend it. So keyword relevant. What are your relevant skills, relevant experiences, what relevant knowledge that you can transfer over to this new industry and this new career path that you want to get into. And, I've had people go from finance to project management, from engineering, like I said, to finance. I've had people go from IT to operations roles. So you can definitely do it. Okay. So one thing I want to mention before I answer any other questions is the link for Top Notch Resume is there, and the coupon code is job offer. It's only available for the next 48 hours. If you want to be able to take advantage of it, you'll get $100 off of my program. Okay, so now let's talk to you guys and let's see what questions you have. I'm gonna give another. I didn't want this to be super long, but I have another 8 minutes, let's say, to answer your questions. So let's see. So someone says the link is not working. Is it not working? It's lindarayner.com/topnotchresume. I'm going to try to click it myself. And yeah, the link works and the coupon code should work. So hopefully whatever's going on with you, Anne, just let us know if it's still not working. If you have any questions, just email us at info@lindarayner.com. Okay, I'm going through your questions, guys. Don't worry. Okay. And someone says, will you include interview tips and tricks in Top Notch? Top Notch Resume is specifically about how do I sell myself on paper. From that knowledge and understanding, strategic knowledge and understanding of how to sell yourself on your resume, you will be able to use that as a foundation to selling yourself in your interview, because it's all about telling stories. And that's what I teach you how to do, how to tell your compelling professional experience in your resume, which then will transfer to how to say that in your interview. But you need the foundation first in order to be able to do well in your interview. If you don't have the foundation on your resume, it's going to be a lot harder for you to be able to do that in your interview. Okay. So let me look at some questions. So Nikki says, what would you say about commuting to work when it comes to picking out a job offer? Should you relocate in order to get your foot in the door into a new industry? Well, I'll tell you, if it's a job that you really want and in your current location, those types of companies, those types of opportunities just simply aren't available, and you know that this is the path that you want to get on. I've had people move from from East Coast to West Coast, West Coast to East Coast because of job opportunities. And the truth is, yeah, if that's something you have to do to get onto the right path, then do it. It goes back to what we talked about before when it comes to your own beliefs and having courage and having the ability to take the right action steps. If you have that belief within yourself that this is the right path, then you're going to be able to have the courage to do what you need to do to get on that path. And if it means something as, I know it's a big deal to move, but if it's just for, and you have a plan about it, maybe it's for the next couple of years, I'm going to do this, I'm going to move to this because I know that's going to up level me to the next career that I want, then I would say go for it. But obviously all within reason, if it all makes sense. But there's risks that we have to take in life. And just like how people in their businesses, they have to take risks, they have to make investments. You are your own business. You have to make that investment in yourself, whatever it is. You have to be willing to say yes and to take the right action steps to achieve your dreams and goals. Okay. So I would recommend it. Sherry says, make sure the position is secure. I moved from East Coast to West Coast and then got laid off. Absolutely. You do want to, make sure. So there's work that you want to do in terms of understanding that the company itself and the position itself is something that is secure, that it's not just that you're leaving on a whim. So, The best position to be in is one where you get multiple opportunities available to you that you can decide from. And that's always the goal at the end of the day. When I'm working with my one-on-one clients, it's always the goal of, it's not just one job offer. We want to see, hopefully, that you have choice, because choice allows you to feel more empowered and you get to make the best possible decision for yourself. All right. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go to some of the earlier questions because I know you guys had asked some questions there. Linda White says she feels she's too old. I'm 63 and was offered full time. You can do it if you think it. Absolutely. You can do it if you think it, if you believe it, if you feel it. That's what I say. Thanks for sharing, Linda. Okay. So someone says, I'm a relauncher, a stay-at-home mom, and would like to go back to work. What's your advice so I could have bigger chances of getting hired? So I do have a video on this, by the way. It's called something about how to talk about employment gaps. Just Google employment gaps and you'll probably see my video. When it comes to someone who's had a big gap, I actually feel that I know that the mindset that you're likely to be in is one where you're extremely motivated because you've had this gap for the last 1 year, 2 years. And you're extremely motivated to get back in. And you can get also easily deflated when you're sending out job application after job application and nobody's responding back to you. And actually, I have a story about that. One of my clients, who eventually I'll be doing a video on, she recently just landed her job offer. It's a contract, but that's okay because she was unemployed for the last 3 years. Since 4 years, if you think about whatever it was, 2015 that she was unemployed. And it was because she had to stay at home to take care of a family member who was ill. And, no one is going to say, oh, because you had to stay home, that's the only reason why I'm not giving you a job. People will still see value in you if you see value in yourself. So it all came down to, so we started working together through my Stand Up Get Hired program. And through that process, in just a few months, she got a job offer that's now going to lead her and move her in the direction of to pick up from where she was at. She was at a senior level in audit, and she's going to continue to do that. So what I'm trying to say is, if you don't see value in yourself and you don't see that the work that you did before the break has any value, others aren't going to see it either. And it's all about knowing how to sell what you have. You need to sell what you have, however little or lot you have of it. You need to be able to sell what you have. And so for you, see this 608, I know it's your alias, I don't know your real name, but you need to go back and identify, what is it that I have from before my stay-at-home, gig? What are the skills that I possess, that I still possess to this day, that I know I can sell moving forward? And people will, employers, the right ones that are for you, will be willing to listen to your stories, will be willing to identify your capabilities if you are able to articulate them through your resume and through your interview and in your job search, and you're strategic about it. Okay, so it is very possible. You just have to really work on the strategy and work on understanding, what do I have that's relevant and what do I possess that I can bring forward. Okay, so I am running out of time. I really hope you guys have gained some sort of, I don't know, goodness out of this. Hopefully you guys are a little bit more inspired to want to do more. And, for me, the only thing I can offer you beyond this is, if you do feel that you want to get that better job and you want to learn how to sell yourself better and you want to do the things that I talked about today, then I definitely recommend enrolling in my amazing program, Top Notch Resume. It will help you get in the direction of achieving that career goal. Okay, Top Notch Resume, coupon code is job offer. I'm only letting it be available. I've never done this before, but I'm letting it be available for the next 48 hours. And you'll get $100 off. So if you enroll, I want to hear about it. Please let me know. And otherwise, if you don't, keep following me following my videos. And hopefully, if you just keep taking the right steps, energy plus presence plus strategy is going to help you to achieve your goals and dreams. So thank you guys. Nikki is asking, when are you going to release the interview prep course? I'm currently working on that, Nikki. Thanks for asking. Yes, top-notch resume is one, top-notch interview is another. I'm currently working on it. It's a lot. Okay. It's a lot to go through because I want to make sure that if you guys do something, you're going to get everything that you need out of it. And so I'm all about giving value and making sure that's high quality. So I don't want to just throw something out there and be like, okay, go ahead, because it's going to be way more in depth than what you see on my YouTube channel. What you see on my YouTube channel, hopefully it's already helped you. Great. But you're going to get way more. You're going to get the level of, detail and guidance that I give to my one-on-one private coaching clients. That's what my goal is to give as much as I can for you. So I'm working on it. It's going to come out this year, sometime this year. Probably, I can't make any promises. I don't know if it's going to be in the next few months or maybe later in the year, but it's going to come out this year. I mean, if you don't find a job by then, or if you do find a job by then, I mean, it's going to be helpful to you. And of course, anyone who enrolls in the first round is always going to benefit because I offer perks and things. So okay, that's it. Good night, everyone. I really hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Again, enroll in Top Notch Resume. It's only available in the next 48 hours. You get the coupon code job offer, $100 off. And otherwise, I will do another Motivational Monday. I'm not going to announce when because I don't know if this is going to be a monthly thing or a weekly thing. If you have an opinion on that, let me know if you want me to do this more often. I really enjoy sharing and interacting with you. Thank you so much. So, okay, I will sign out and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.